I would like to demonstrate to you how to use this SOVO sample application that comes with the product. In the tree view you will see the generated executable. There are a number of DBFs that are supplied to run the sample, and although they are here at this level, they will be generated to a folder down here. Let me just delete the folder to show you what happens when the application runs natively. Let's start the application. And for the first time, it says down the bottom it's connected to DBF and it's got a folder location. We can check that by looking at the server mode dialog, which says where a folder should be created called SOVO data. You'll see here you can swap from DBF to SQL mode. What we'll do is just connect, and it says the folder doesn't exist, and it will create some empty folders. And if we open the window, there's empty DBFs. Let's just have a look at that. This folder got created, and it got created with empty DBFs. So now what you should do is just simply copy over the ones I've supplied. And paste them over the top of the existing ones. And this is basically to prove that you've got data. Now if I go back into that folder and have a look at the data, oops, not an index, DBF, and we've got data. Alright, now go back to the application. This time when we open up the window, we have got data. So this is just a regular DBF application with an edit window, which you'll see just behaves like a regular DBF window. Now I want to convert this to SQL. So firstly, let me open SQL Server. Then I'll connect to my machine. And I have a database called SOVO data, so let me just delete it. Just to show you there's no smoke and mirrors. My database is now gone. Now I can turn my application. I choose disconnect, choose SQL. It's going to look for a database on this server. I connect, and it says it hasn't found a database. Would I like to create an empty one? So I go yes. And it's automatically created all the tables. And now if I refresh this SOVO data is there. Go to some tables, there's the 3 tables. If I look at the tables, they're all empty except for default rows that got created when the table got created. Alright, fair enough. So now I need some DBFs in my database. So I use the DBF upload mechanism, and you'll notice there are green tables and white tables. The green tables were not defined in my class array, the white ones are. So what I'll say is, okay, process all my tables, load with bulk insert, load data before keys, just in case. Let's process the tables. Now this step is important because what it does is it makes sure that you do have a structure of your DBFs that matches your tables. If they don't, the bulk insert won't work. It's loaded the rows and it's giving me a log file to tell me exactly what's happened, and it says 175 rows were loaded. Now I just did one table in. I could of course done all tables at once, and there's a progress bar going off screen here, and now it's done. So now if I go back to my SQL Server and I do a refresh on this, I've got data. So you see the data was lifted up, and in fact if I have a look at the tables, I even have indexes. So all the indexes, the keys, everything's now been created by my class code. So now the application, if I now run the demo browser, I get the same thing. I can double click a row, bring up the edit window and step through. So now the application is working in SQL. So this is a very short demonstration of how you have class code which can switch between flat file DBFs, legacy DBFs and SQL data tables and back again. You can edit the data on one side and prove that the data has changed in the other.